Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. I am going to be flipping through my art and ink journal that I used pretty much for the entirety of April. I got lots of stuff in April in terms of like ink samples from you guys, from viewers, from friends, and I definitely swatched quite a few things in this little book in April. I didn't really update anything in their front pages here. I'm still working on how I want to do this. I do want to kind of like catalog all of the different inks I have by color. But honestly, I think I just have more inks than there are spaces, but we'll see what I decide with this. TBD on that one. And then for the monthlies, I haven't updated this either. I know I've been meaning to do this, but again, I think I just have been prioritizing other projects, and I feel like that's 100% a-okay. In terms of my fountain pen inventory / log, I haven't updated this. I did get 3 new pens. 3, I think. One of them is another one of the Ferris Press carousel pens that I was granted from the Jubilee program. And then I also have a Pelican that I ordered. It's on pre-order though, so I haven't really it hasn't been delivered. And then I also have another pen in transit, which is from the Heinz Pen Company. So stay tuned. I'm going to be reviewing that one when it gets here. But yeah, so I need to update this still too. But for April itself, I started off with my currently inked, which I made a separate video on, swatching all of these, talking about my thoughts and feelings. And I would say I'm still 100% enamored with the Birmingham Pen Company ink brand. There's just something about these inks that just have a chokehold on me. Like, they're just fantastic. Yes. I did the DA Tremendous Document Dark Green, which I'm still really happy with. I was really concerned with the bleed through that I experienced on the first run of it, but I haven't had any of that since. So I think I just did too much ink the first time. Emerald Gardens is still such a favorite. I love the dual toned shimmer in this. The minor red sheen I wish was a little bit more sheeny, but I still really, really like this ink. And then the Pilot Light Blue and the Diamine Jacaranda, the shading just sells it for me. Monteverde Purple Rain shading again, and then the Robert Oster Boysenberry Swirl was fantastic. Absolutely loved these. This ink set this month was really, really good. I really enjoyed writing with all of them. I did end up sticking in some of my PET clippings in this throughout just to kind of fill in some of the blank spaces and if I had any like kind of shading that was really strong on the other side, but they're just kind of random. This is when I did the 8-pen question tag from Simone and Leanne Likes. I didn't do it on April 10th. I think I did it on like April 3rd or something, but I wanted to save those pages for my currently inked. But I really enjoyed this tag, and I hope it continues for years to come, because I think it would be really fun to like go back and watch and see how like my tastes change or like my pen collection changes and things like that. I got lots of fun letters from pen pals, and I just kind of like stick some of the ephemera they send me in here with their letters. I think it's so much fun whenever, you get cute stationery. This is a ink swap I did with Jana. She is so sweet. I was so happy with the inks she sent me, and she sent me this mystery ink from Birmingham Pen Company. So I think I have it right here actually. Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know. At first I thought maybe like chrysanthemum, but I recently got a sample of that one too, which I'll show in the back here, but I don't think it's that one either. So now I'm thinking maybe it's like apple blossom. It reminds me of apple blossom from DA Tremendous for some reason, but yeah, I have no idea. So if you think you can pinpoint this mystery ink from Birmingham Pen Company, please enlighten us. And then these are some of the other inks she sent me. I was so excited to try out the Pelican Brilliant Brown, since that has been kind of like floating around ever since I think Time with Tata talked about it, and then Leanne Likes has talked about it. I was like, ooh, I'm finally getting to try it, and it's pretty. I like that it's kind of like a red brown, but I guess it's not what I was expecting, so I might have been a little disappointed with it. But it's still really nice. It's a good, solid color. I just think I wanted it to be a bit more brown, a little less red, but it's still really interesting. And then I finally got to try one of the Krishna inks. She sent me the Sunburst color, and it's this beautiful yellow, beautiful yellow. Sorry, my books just like fell over there. Anyways, this is a beautiful yellow color, and I'm excited to get to try this in a pen because I've never tried one of the Krishna inks before. And then she also swapped with me the Andurilium Flying Squid Blue. I love this color. It is so rich and beautiful. I haven't been able to try too many of the Anduriliums just because they don't really have samples and you have to have people to kind of swap with, but this is a beautiful, beautiful ink, and the consistency was really nice when I was swatching it with the dip pen. Like, I was really, really happy with it. Oh, and then, so I know I did my little swatch party for like the sketch inks. She sent me 𝗦𝘃𝗍𝗄, which was the last one. So this is the black, and it is beautiful and opaque and luscious, and yes, I love this. Honestly, if you weren't willing to do the Detrimentus Document Black, this would be a fantastic second. Just, it's really nice. It flows really well. I was really impressed with this one, actually. Very, very nice. Then I have some of the new inks from Ferris Press. I believe they're releasing on May 3rd, which might be when this video actually goes up, depending on what my posting schedule is in my planner. Anyways, this is the Bayou Berry Mist. It is beautiful and has wonderful shading in it. It's almost like a blurple grayish color, but a little bit of like beigey going on. It's very dynamic. I think it's pretty. It was a little dry, and I guess, again, one of these inks is kind of like hit or miss for me, and I was kind of underwhelmed, but it's still a very beautiful color, and if you like gray or purpley gray inks, this is definitely a good one for sure in terms of color. Then they also sent me the other one, which was Billowing Blush. This just gives me wedding vibes, and I don't know why. It just reminds me of like spring and summer weddings. Like, it's just very pretty. It does have that duochrome shimmer in it. It's like gold and I think blue or silver. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, honestly, because the shimmer just is really flat once it's down, but it's really pretty, and it actually was a lot darker than I was anticipating. So this would probably do really good in like a stub or a broad nib pen. Anything finer than that, and I don't know if you'd be able to see it very well, but painting wise, if you'd like to paint with your fountain pen inks, this is a really beautiful color to paint with. I think this is a really nice florally pink color. You could even use this in skin tone if you wanted to add like a little bit of a blush look to cheeks. Like, I think it's really pretty. Then I got the inks from Soraa, and I know I recently shared a video of the kiwi inks, but I swatched all of the other inks that she sent me, and oh my gosh, Soraa, just thank you. She sent me 23 inks, guys, and I was blown away. I did the close-ups of the big swatches of the kiwi ink, so I'm not going to spend too much time on those, but she also sent me Pelikan's Brilliant Red, which after seeing the Brilliant Brown, I was like, they're too close together. They're too close. But this one is definitely much more of like an orangey brown, and this one is definitely like a bright neon red almost. So not close, but it's okay. And then here is the other one she sent me. I'm going to kind of go slow on this because I did really small swatches because I wanted to save space. But I'll definitely include these in some of like the further ink explorations. But Noodler's Brevity Red, Robert Oster's Muddy Dragon, Dominant Industries Christmas Red, which this has shimmer in it, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's a beautiful red. I've really been enjoying the Dominant Industry inks as well. Dominant Industry Sunset, the shading on this one really took me by surprise. And then the Dominant Industry Dusk, I think these were like a pair at some time, but the Dusk is definitely my favorite over the Sunset. And I think it's just because it's like this off bluish gray color, and it's like moody, and I don't know, but the Sunset is really pretty, and I love the blue haloing it has too. These are also shimmer inks, but I don't know if the shimmer came through when I did these swatches. She also sent me Octopus Fluids Sea Serpent, which this one has a little bit of red sheen going on. Colorverse Country Roads, I really like the shading in this one. 𝗂𝗫 Chi-Town, which this is like a brown black, but like really dark. I'm really excited to play with this one a little bit more, and it has this beautiful like bright shimmer in it. Same with Diamine Firefly. This one has shimmer too, and it's kind of like a nice orangey red. It's showing really red on camera, but it is a bit more orange. Diamine Golden Envy. I'm not sure if this is actually Golden Envy or Golden Ivy, so I don't know, but it's beautiful. It also has gold shimmer and a red sheen. Reminds me a lot of the Ferris Press Edwards Gardens. Oops, I'll pick that up in a second. The Ferris Press Edwards Gardens, where it's like this, but it's darker. And then this has a green and gold shimmer, and this one has just gold shimmer with the red sheen. So, I don't know. I still really like this one, and it's Diamine, which is always reliable. And then there's Diamine Cocoa Shimmer, which I actually inked up for May because I was just in absolute awe when I swatched it. It's beautiful. She also sent me Diamine Little Pip, which Jana sent me this one too, and it's a beautiful purple with this like green sheen. When I do the purple ink exploration, I'm definitely going to do a nice swatch of this one because I really want to see that sheen differentiate a little bit better from these smaller swatches. She also sent me Diamine Little Tam, Diamine Little Chris, Diamine 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗏, Diamine Wrath, and Diamine Maple Leaf. I believe all of those are exclusive to Cult pens, which I definitely want a bottle of the 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗏 because this gray ink with the gold shimmer is just beautiful, just beautiful. It has like a brown pinkness to it as well. It's really, really nice. Then I got another set of inks from Kristen, and I wanted to share Kristen's handwriting because it was beautiful. Like, I won't do too much of her letter just in case, but like, oh my goodness, like her handwriting is so pretty. So excellent penmanship, Kristen. Excellent penmanship. I'm so jealous. It's so neat. But she sent me all of these, and I was really excited to see, again, the Birmingham Pen Company's Chrysanthemum, which is what I said I thought the pink one would be, the mystery ink, but it is definitely not. This is much more of like a purpley gray pink. Colorverse Alpha Uma, Warrengo's White Rabbit, which the shading on this one really surprised me as well. Troublemaker's Moon River, wow, shading. Molten Tin, which was much more purple than I anticipated. And then the Dominant Industries, I think it's Les Nymphes Matin. Again, this one shading was fantastic too. Beautiful inks. And her package came with this adorable little wax seal, and I had to save it because it was just so pretty. So thank you, Kristen, for sending these. These were really fun to play with. And then on the last day of April, I ended up getting some inks from Sarah. I didn't have any more space to swatch them, so I'll swatch them somewhere else. But she sent me a few inks too, and I was really happy with them too. So thank you so much, Sarah, for sending them. I was really, really happy to get them. And then for the back pages, I haven't done anything different back here. This is still the original Diamine Inkvent purple writing samples I did. And then for extras, I haven't changed anything here at all, except for, yeah, I guess this page where I write down like my favorite top inks for the month. So for April, the Diamine Jacaranda just really blew me away. I loved writing with it. The Ferris Press Edward Gardens was another one. Just the shimmer in it was just so good. And then Birmingham Pen Company Antique Sepia. I mean, like I said, the Antique Sepia, the Birmingham Pen Company has just been taking over my life, and I'm 100% okay with it. Other than that, I have not updated anything else back here. It's all still the same. Anyways, that is it for my little chunky, yeah, this thing is chunking really nice now, chunky little A6 Hone from Hobonichi that I'm using as my art ink journal. We're a third of the way through the year, and this thing has already like doubled in size. So I'm really interested to see how this thing looks at the end of the year, if it's going to be like this big or something. I am sticking a lot more things in here than I normally do. Like, I wouldn't usually stick a whole letter in it or anything like that. So I may end up pulling those out at some point, but I'm really, really enjoying this little planner. It's a very fun space for me, and I'm glad that I get to share some of the fun inks that I get sent. So it's definitely a really fun time to be able to showcase all of those in this little baby. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for watching, for joining me here today. Stay tuned for those new pen videos coming soon. Hopefully they will get delivered this month and I will be able to review them for you guys. I'm really excited. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.